Egypt and the classical world cross-cultural encounters in antiquity. The creation of new cultural codes, the Ptolemaic queens and their syncretic processes with Isis, Hathor, and Aphrodite. Arsinoe II. Blessings of Ptah. The priority of Arsinoe as the perfect one of the ram, in contrast to Isis, could perhaps be compared with the transfer of the epithet, Euplioche of fair sailing, from Aphrodite to Isis via Arsinoe, as suggested by Laurent Bracault. The dynastic importance of the ram had a long-standing tradition, as expressed, for example, in the Blessings of Ptah text from the reigns of Rameses II 1279–1213 BC, and Rameses III 1184–1153 BC, which outlines how Ptah begot the king by taking on the form of the ram, the lord of Mendes. This divine procreation has affinities with the birth legend of the king, in which a supreme deity personally begets the king. Even if Arsinoe II was not the crown prince's biological mother, Ptolemy III was born to Ptolemy II and his first wife, Arsinoe I. She was his ascriptive mother, and her presence emphasized his divine legitimation. The queen was elevated by her connection with the sacred ram of Mendes, whose ancient cult was, according to Manetho, initiated by a king of the second dynasty, dating it to the 3rd millennium BC. It might go back even further, since an image of a ram in a temple enclosure on a 1st dynasty tag from Abydos may show the ram of Mendes. The divine birth legend, well attested for the New Kingdom 1552–1069 BC, also goes back much further, being attested by an Old Kingdom fragment found in the pyramid complex of Jedker 2382–2342 BC, in Abusir. We know that Egyptian priests of the 1st millennium BC were very learned about remote times. That they were very much aware of the ram's significance is demonstrated in a liturgical papyrus of the late 4th century BC, in which it is stated that the ram of Mendes is the true manifestation of Re, hidden in the house of the ram, the lord of Mendes. If the title Perfect One of the ram describes a specific royal relation with the ram, possibly as a priestess, Arsinoe was most likely initiated and thus had access to secret locations and restricted knowledge. Being initiated supported her claim for legitimacy. Especially under rulers of foreign origin, it was important to uphold the proper order, which was reinforced by demarcations, and in the Egyptian ideology decorum demarcates the significant world of the king and the gods from the supportive role of humanity. By being a priestess and thus being initiated, Arsinoe could overcome some of these demarcations and hence claim legitimacy, not only for herself, but also for the royal house.